Right, so I was just going to tell you a little bit about some trapping what I used to do years ago and kind of how it all started. Well, originally I didn't have much experience. I'd always been into kind of shooting with air guns and stuff like that. We started working at a place. It was kind of like a big mansion and it had a lot of ground to it, but it had all been overgrown and like overrun with animals, especially rabbits. They'd asked us to go in and kind of start clearing it all up, making it all look good again. So I asked them near enough straight away if I could go down with an air gun and shoot some rabbits, just as like a pastime, you know, hunting for sport, and I could eat the rabbits then. And another skill to learn. So we went down there doing that, but it soon kind of turned out that it might be better to do some trapping at the same time. I never had no traps, so what I did, I made some cage traps. And what we used to find was we used to do like a lot of tree cutting down there, and we used to do a lot of fruit tree pruning and chuck the prunings in a pile ready to burn later. And I used to notice that all the time all the sticks would be chewed by rabbits. So what I started doing was making a hole inside the sticks and putting the traps in there, and a little bit of apple in there, and we used to catch rabbits nearly every day, if not maybe 2 or 3 times a day. We'd catch rabbits down there. So continued to do a little bit of shooting, but it just turned out that it was better to do trapping. So that kind of carried on. At the same time as trapping the rabbits, someone was also coming down with ferrets on a weekend, trying that. And I used to take the air gun with me so that if in lunch times or whatever I could have a go at shooting rabbits, I could. So that's kind of how rabbit trapping for me came about. They also had down there a lot of squirrels. They had trouble with mink. Used to have loads of pheasants down there, but they didn't really cause any trouble. Oh, and moles as well. So after the rabbit trapping, that kind of just went on, you know, for ages. And then the Environment Agency went down there once and said they've heard there's mink down there, so could we start trapping mink? So they brought some traps down, set them. As far as we could tell, they never actually caught anything. I don't know whether they were just following procedure, setting the traps up and leaving them, and you know, wasn't really interested. So we moved the traps around and we started catching mink. And I was putting in there, first of all I was putting cat food and bits of fish and stuff on I'd put the cat food at the back on a rag. And when we started actually catching mink, all I would do was just keep putting the rag back in there again, and that seemed to lure them every time. And in that trap was situated under some decking. In that trap we caught probably about 15 mink. We caught baby rabbits, rats, a stoat, which you'll see in this video, and we even caught someone's ferret. Yeah, so that was a good bit of trap placement. That was a decent place to trap there. Squirrels, we used to catch squirrels as well because they was debarking trees and digging up the lawns. That was a similar thing, small cage trap. All the traps I used near enough was all live cage traps, and what we would do is check them every day and then just have an air gun to shoot the animal if it came to it. Well, that's what it was. So we started doing squirrels, and like I said, that was the same thing, live cage traps. But it was weird after, and this just goes to show, after constant trapping, shooting, ferreting, because even the bloke who lived in the house, he was shooting them as well. We were shooting them when we could, and also with all the clearing of the ground and cutting of the trees, that soon stopped the rabbits being a pest down there. But it kind of shows that you can also at the same time ruin it for yourself by kind of over trapping. We kind of just overdid everything. So that's why in most videos now you'll never ever, or rarely ever, see me catch a rabbit, because there's just, where I can do it, there just isn't any anymore. Well, there is, but you know, they're few and far between. And I don't get a chance to go down there every day to check them. So I'd have to try and set a trap in the morning and try and catch something in the day, and sometimes it doesn't work. We used to do a bit of pheasant trapping as well, but to be honest, I'm not going to lie, that was purely for kind of my own thing, you know. They're not a pest, they wasn't causing any trouble, but I just wanted to kind of hunt and trap some pheasants, so we did. And that was just with oversized Arapuca bird traps with like wooden frame, chicken wire cage, or just a metal cage with an Arapuca trap underneath it. So as well as all the cage traps, I also had a go at snaring, but personally I didn't have much success with snaring. Not snaring on rabbit runs, I didn't anyway. What we used to do was, if you went in these fields, you could see the rabbits suddenly run, and they would run to the edges and run under fences, and you could see tracks where they was running through these little holes in the fences. So what we did, we used to put snares on the holes in the fences, or also put like spring snares where it lifted them off the ground on the holes in the fences as well. So that for me wasn't no way as successful as the cage traps, but you know, we got a few. Yeah, so after all of that, like I said, nowadays it's kind of fizzled out a bit now. You don't get so many animals down there because it's all been changed. It's all like neat now, tidy, grass is cut regular, hedges are trimmed. There's not that many animals down there. If I get a chance sometime, I'll try and do some more squirrel trapping, because that's probably about all I can do down there now. Don't really get many pheasants. Rabbits, you can see the holes and there is rabbits there, but they're no way like they used to be, and they're very kind of scared of people and they run away. You know, rarely get the chance to get them anymore. But squirrels there is a lot. Mink, I think we got rid of most of those, so you rarely see them anymore. But you got to understand, this place was like for 10 years had not been touched. No one had been down. I think people were living in the house, but they just didn't do anything to the grounds at all. So everything was kind of just how it should be, I suppose. But hopefully I'll try and do a bit. The only other thing is just trying to get permission other places, and it's just not as easy as it was then. This was before, you know, when I was doing this was before, all before I'd even done YouTube videos and stuff like that. And the YouTube videos I did do with catching a few things, that was after it had all kind of fizzled out and there wasn't much to trap anymore. Well, I just wanted to kind of tell you that, so you kind of knew a little bit about how I kind of got into trapping and stuff like that. I was always into like making survival traps, and you know, I used to do some of the live ones in the garden and stuff like that, but I thought with these, you know, you've got to kind of do it with metal cage traps, because it was kind of not part of a job, but you know what I mean. So anyway, what I'm going to do hopefully soon is I'll do some videos on making snares soon, or how I used to make them, and maybe I might do some how to make snares for like your survival kit, maybe slightly different to the normal ones. And also I might do a couple of videos on, you know, kind of a similar thing, bushcrafting, but like in public woods, you know, going by the bylaws of woods and how you can kind of stay within them. Right, so hopefully I haven't forgotten half the stuff I was going to say, which I normally do. If you've got any questions, just ask. And cheers for watching, and I'll see you later.